Guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Devalog. I hope you all are doing well and feeling all festive up. Now for today's video, I wanted to do a festive anti-haul or anti-haul, whatever it is that you want to call it. Now, a lot of people are going to be giving you recommendations on what to buy during the festive season, including me, because I know a lot of people are out there for shopping and also because you're going to be having some great discounts, so why not? But I feel like it's equally important to balance that out with an anti-haul so that you know what you shouldn't be getting. Now, of course, they're just my views and opinions. If there are some things on this list that you absolutely want to get and your budget permits, then why not? Like, who am I to tell you what you shouldn't be getting? Absolutely no one. You do you, boo. These are just some of my thoughts and opinions on certain products that I feel like aren't going to be worth your money or won't be worth your money or my money as well. So I wouldn't be spending my money on them, and I feel like maybe you can also gain some insight from my viewpoints as well. Now there are going to be certain general products that I feel like you shouldn't be getting, and then there are going to be more specific products as well. So without any further ado, if you want to know my anti-haul for this festive season, then please keep on watching. Alrighty, I'm going to start off with my general category first. Basically, this is going to be like an umbrella group under which a lot of different products can fall. So I do not want to bore you guys by repeating my reasons again and again because the products are so similar. I felt like I can just club them and then you can apply this on all of the products that are out there in the market. The first general category absolutely has to be any skincare product or anything in general that has glutathione in it. I feel like I have talked about this in the past, but I've seen a resurgence in glutathione based skincare. There has been a Glutathione range by Pond's and so many other smaller indie brands that are using glutathione. Now, if you do not know, glutathione is a fairness-based ingredient, but more than that, it was supposed to be a medicine used for cancer patients. Now, there was this study done wherein doctors saw that glutathione made cancer patients lose their melanin pigment, which led to them getting fairer. Which honestly, it was a side effect of glutathione, which people are now trying to harness and make it into a fairness thing, which I feel is pretty shitty overall. Even if I wasn't against like fairness, because a lot of people have this debate that, you know, if people can tan in the West, then we can want to get fair. It's the same thing. It's not. It's really not. It's also about the power dynamics and why you want to get fair or why you want to get tanned. So yeah, it's really not the same thing. There are a lot of reasoning behind it. But even if I wasn't against fairness, I am honestly against and disgusted by the fact that something that was like a side effect in cancer patients is being used to, you know, lighten the skin tone. I mean, it's just my brain. It works in this way that it just makes me really feel sick and disgusted internally that companies felt like, oh, we saw these cancer patients having the side effect, but let us just use this ingredient to make people fair and want them to get fair as well. So that has to be my first category. Anything glutathione based is a big no, no, no from my side. And I feel like you guys should also not use it. I mean, there are going to be products in this video that I would still be like, okay, if you want to get it, get it. But this is something that we need to have like a mass boycott of. The whole reason companies are coming up with glutathione-based skincare is because there's a demand in the market, right? Of course, if there's no demand, there won't be any supply. The supply is there because there's a demand, and that's really just, it's disheartening to see as well. So I would really urge you guys, if you see anyone near you, if you see people promoting it, call them out. This needs to stop. Glutathione needs to just exit the skincare market and stay in the pharma lane, in the medicine lane, and not in, you know, skincare that's made for every day. So that's my first category. My general category number 2 product has to be anything that's pH based. Now, hear me out. I know it's cool. I know it's fun. I grew up watching my nanny apply a green lipstick that turned red, and it just blew my mind. It blew my world. It made me fall in love with makeup. But if you have one product, that's way more than enough. There are a couple of products that are really beautiful. They change color and you feel like, wow, it was clear or black and now it's this beautiful pink or berry tone. Love it. So yeah, 1 or 2 products, it's completely fine. But there's this, again, whole insurgence of like pH based products in the market. People are making clear blushes that would turn pink on the skin. And the whole reason I'm saying why you don't need is because all of them end up looking the same on the skin. Skin's pH is going to be same. Your skin's pH is going to be same. So of course these products will also have the same tint, right? So if you already have like one lip gloss or one blush, that's way more than enough. You don't need all of them. They're just going to end up looking the same on your cheeks or your lips. So one is enough if you want to get it. Otherwise, you truly do not need it. It's not needed. It's fun. It's cool. You can get 1 or 2, but not more than that. And my general category number 3 comes from the second category. Anything that you already have an excess of, you do not need more of that. Now, I know festive sales can be very tempting. The discounts can be very tempting. But if you already have a lot of lipsticks, you don't need more lipsticks. If you already have a lot of moisturizers, you do not need more moisturizers. Trust me, it takes a very long time in finishing products up. I know, my project pan honestly was like, ooh, an eye-opening experience for me, because I got to realize how long you truly take in finishing up a product. So if you already have something, like an excess of something, you do not need more of it, even if you're getting it on discount, because you're not going to end up using it. It's going to get expired, it's going to go bad, it's just going to sit on your vanity. So why do you need it in your life? You truly don't. So just, do a tally in your wardrobe, in your vanity, and see what you truly need. If you still want to get something, then obviously I can't stop you guys from doing that, but I would still suggest that, be mindful when you shop. So those were all of my general categories. Now let's move into more specific products that I feel like just they don't deserve to be in your carts or in your life or in your vanity. And I, again, just take me lightly, okay? Take me lightly. You do not need to follow my word, because it's just my word, nothing more than that. Okay, so I have my list down, so I'm going to look down and refer to it, because I don't have the products with me. I haven't bought them. So I'm just going to refer down, and if I look down way more many times, just because I just want to make sure that I'm saying this right thing and just talking about the right product, okay? So the first thing I have on my list is this BH Cosmetics Poison Shock Face and Eye Brush Set. Okay, first of all, yeah, maybe it looks stunning or whatever, but I feel like the handles are not going to be something that's very easy to use. Now, I personally like to hold my brushes from afar as well, especially if they're base products. The closer you hold your brush, the more pressure you apply on your skin. If you hold your brush from like a mid place or even like far below, then you're using lesser pressure on your face. And these just don't seem very ergonomically built for me, because they have a lot of edges and prism like things. And plus the whole description, man, they're like, oh, get that poison ivy effect or poison apple effect with these brushes. You can get that effect with any brush set. You do not need to specifically buy a brush set that has like a prism effect on it to get that effect. Which also brings me to my second product, which is another BH Cosmetics brush set. I do not know what's up with them having like these funky handles. This is their BH Cosmetics Metamorphosis brush set with the bag, so it's slightly more expensive. But again, those brush handles just, they don't do it for me. They just don't look very comfortable while holding like this, because I don't hold my brush like, they have these bobble heads, right? So I'm not going to hold it like this with like the bobble head. I'm still going to hold my brush like this, or other people might have like other techniques of holding the brush, but the bobble head, again, it's just Now this is a collaboration with Doja Cat, but I still feel like the fibers, they just look very synthetic-y. They are synthetic, but then there's a difference, right? So this is again a synthetic fiber, but it doesn't look flimsy or flaky. But there are a lot of cheap brushes that feel that way, and somehow this looked like that, so I was a little hesitant. But the bobblehead anyway was like, I ain't getting that. I waited for BH Cosmetics to properly be in India for a really long time, and now that they're here, half of the things that I see on their page are just trendy and different and fun, but not actually practical. So I was like, I'm gonna skip on these brush sets, please. Alrighty, let's move on to the next thing. So Nykaa has launched some limited edition Diwali shades in their all day matte liquid lipstick range. Now I love Nykaa's all day matte Nykaa all day matte liquid lipstick range. Like, I really like them. They're comfortable to wear, they're affordable, they have some nice shades. But this whole plug-in with the Diwali thing is like, really, because all of the shades that I saw were very similar to something they already have, okay? So it's not like something different, something unique. Like, they have a red, they have a brown, they have, I think there's an orange in there, like a brick red orangey shade, like a orange shade of sorts, and all of those colors are already present in the range. It just felt like, okay, let me add just a touch of more pigment and make a limited edition Diwali shade sort of a thing, which, I mean, yeah, it is a cash grab, because they have those pataka images on the cap as well. It is a cash grab for sure. So I was just like, you know what, you can get the same colors in their existing range as well. And I feel like with Nykaa, their limited editions, sometimes they tend to like make a permanent thing if it sells well. That's with most brands. So yeah, these colors were very okay. It's not like the whole limited edition Diwali thing, because obviously everyone does those limited edition festival things, and that is a way to make more money. It's just that the colors were very boring. I felt like there's nothing, exciting about the colors. They're very seen, very done. They're already existing in the range that they already have. And plus, I felt like this was priced higher as well. I feel like these lipsticks were $3.99 and now it's $4.25. I don't know if they've overall like raised the prices of all of the lipsticks, or it's just this because of the foil pataka images on the caps. So yeah, that has to go on my list as well. Moving on, the next shade I have is the Pack Prism eyeshadow, which has 42 neutral shades. First of all, half of them look similar just in the pan. Secondly, the other half is going to look same on the eye. While I love a good neutrals palette, I feel like 42 shades is a lot. It's a lot, you guys. Especially for something like this wherein there's not a lot of differentiation between the colors. Like all of them look very, very similar to me. It's like, why was this needed? I mean, 20 would have been good enough. 20 still would have been like a lot, but it would have been good enough. 42? It's a lot. And it's not the most cheapest eyeshadow palette out there as well. It, after discount, I can see it's like 4200-ish, which leads to like 100 rupees per eyeshadow, which is not that much, but the quantity and all of that, like if you play it into like the whole consideration, if you take the whole thing into consideration, it's not the cheapest, and you're still gonna end up having a very similar eye look with multiple shades. So it's a no for me. I feel like bigger palettes, until unless they're like full on colorful, like of course with a little bit of neutrals and like full on colorful, maybe say a Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration or BH Cosmetics Carnival, not BH Cosmetics, Be Perfect Carnival collection, something on those lines is great because you get a lot of colorful eyeshadows in one palette and you do not need to invest in like single eyeshadows, especially if you're not someone who wears colored eyeshadows so frequently. But something like this where you have 42 neutrals, I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot. Next up, I have this Rini Cosmetics Marble Liquid Lipstick. I do what? I just don't understand this concept. Like, why was this needed? Because obviously, if you're going to be opening your liquid lipstick, I don't have a liquid lipstick in front of me right now, but if there's a marbling going on right here, if I'm opening it, if I'm going to close it again, I'm going to mix the marble up, and I'm not going to be, you know, having those two distinct colors at all given point of time. And they're like, you're going to get depth of color because of two different colors. But I don't know what's going to come out on my wand. And if I'm trying to particularly scoop out a color, I'm still going to mix it with the other color. This whole concept, again, brands and different companies are just trying to be quirky for no reason whatsoever. What was the need of this? You could have just launched another matte liquid lipstick, or if you really wanted to play with the depth of color, you could have launched a dual-ended liquid lipstick. This just makes absolutely no sense. Let me know, what do you think this would really achieve? Because in my brain, this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I really needed a moment to calm down after that whole marble lipstick thing. Like, I really want to understand what was the formulator or the brand person thinking when they were coming up with this idea, because it makes absolutely no sense in my brain. But I need to calm down, cool down, collect my thoughts to move on to the next product, which has to be the M Caffeine Serum Concealer. Now, I'm going to keep aside the fact that the shade range is pretty shitty. They only have 4 shades, and in today's day and age, that's completely unacceptable, especially if you have the budget to get Alia Bhatt on board to be your brand ambassador. You honestly have money to get more shades in your range. It's honestly unacceptable. As I said, I will not accept 4 shades as a valid excuse or a valid, you know, just anything. It's just not, it's a no in my books. But with that being said, I'm going to move on to another reason why it's in my anti-haul list. It has SPF in it, and I'm thinking, in what world is that going to work out well? It would make it a very daytime appropriate concealer because SPF has flashback, and if you're wearing this at nighttime and if you're getting photos clicked, especially because it's festive season, and if you get photos clicked, you're going to have like a flashback under eye or any other spots that you're going to be concealing. Now, I get the thought process that they might be having, like any pigmented area does tend to get more sun damaged and the dark spots will take longer in, like, you know, going away. So maybe having SPF in just your concealer is going to give you extra protection, but still it's going to be a pass for me. I can still vibe with, like, you know, base products having SPF, like a BB cream or something that's more day appropriate, like a skin tint having SPF in it. But a concealer having SPF is something I have to pass upon. Of course, you can have some valid excuse or reason as to why this would work, and let me know in the comment section. I am up for discussion. Like, I really want to know your viewpoints on all of these products, but for me, this one's going to be a pass. Let's move on to the next product. These are going to be like 2 products that I want to talk about because it just really did not make sense to me, and I rarely talk about why you shouldn't be getting something because of the MRP attached to it, because I feel like affordability is super subjective. But I have the Lancome Idol liner as well as the Inglot One Move liquid liner, and both of these are above 2000 rupees for like a pen style liquid liner, and I'm just like, what? That really does not make sense. I know that Lancome is like a luxury brand and all of that, but the packaging also is pretty basic, huh? It's not like a Louboutin where it's like, out of this world or something of that sort. It's very, very basic. Again, in today's day and age, you can get beautiful pen liners. Maybelline has it, Lakme has it, L'Oreal has it, Mars has it, NYX has it. Like, all of these brands have beautiful liquid liners that are really long lasting, jet black and whatnot, and they're offering it at a much lesser price, like a much lesser price. The max I think I will go for a liquid liner is like a pen liquid liner is 1,000 rupees, because it does tend to dry up faster than your normal liquid liners. Anything above that, maybe even 1,500, like maybe if I really push it, but anything above that is honestly way too pricey. And again, I rarely comment on the MRP, but this is way too much, and that's why it's on my list, because it's just like, why is this so expensive? Why do you need to make this so expensive? It really does not make sense. The ingredient list is very basic. It's not like you have these lash extender ingredients in there or anything. It's just a basic black liner that's way too overpriced because of the name and the brand attached to it. And while I get it, that's like how luxury industry works, 2,400 is still a lot, and I literally hiccuped while saying that. That's how much I think it is. My body hiccuped naturally by hearing that amount attached to a pen style liquid liner. Okay, and now for the last makeup product I want to share with you guys, I have the Makeup Revolution Ceramide Boost Fixing Spray. Now, my whole thing with mixing skincare and makeup is like, why is it needed? Skincare is skincare, makeup is makeup. The max again I will go is still like a skin tint and a foundation. Anything on top of that isn't going into your skin, so you do not need skincare ingredients in there. Why are ceramides present in a fixing spray? Like, how is that going to help in my skincare? How is that going to boost my skincare? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it will give you a radiant effect because it's a setting spray. Any other setting spray that's more dewy would do that. You do not need a ceramide setting spray. Makeup Revolution honestly is the king of making either dupes or just useless collaborations or products that are just cash grabs. I mean, I'm not commenting on the quality. The quality is really fab. I've used a lot of Makeup Revolution products. I really like a lot of their products as well. But the recent collaborations with like Friends, Peely and whatnot have just been like, why do you need to do these collaborations that don't even have any thought process put into them? Like, none of the Friends palette called out to me, even though I love Friends. The Peely collection was just like, you're just stamping the Peely name. There's nothing Peely about this collection whatsoever. All of their collabs have been so underwhelming, especially because all of the collaborators were something I was really looking forward to, but I really did not feel like buying it. The only time now that I look at Makeup Revolution is when I really want to get a dupe of something and I cannot find it in my collection, and I know Makeup Revolution would have something that's going to dupe the certain product that I'm talking about. So that's the only time I'm looking at them. So that's a very sad situation, because they definitely do have the budget and the know-how of making amazing products. It's just that they're stuck in this cycle of how to make money by having cash grabs and these quirky names, like they have these Crystal Aura lip glosses and whatnot, which is just like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know crystal healing is very in, but having crystal in my lip gloss is not gonna heal my mental trauma. It's just not gonna do that. I'm sorry. It's not gonna attract wealth. It's not gonna do anything for me except just give me glossy lips, which honestly is something I would love to, but the crystal thing is just a cash grab. It's just a catchphrase for people to fall for it. So that was my last makeup product. Now I have this brand that I want to talk about. It's a skincare brand and it has a lot of fairness stuff. Now it's not a glutathione thing. I don't know if it is or it's not, but I was just checking out their page and it's like fairness, 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 extreme fairness, and I'm just like, this is a territory that I've talked about ever since. I do not support skin fairness, and not because, oh, it is a choice if you want to get fair. It's the reason why you want to get fair. It is the fact that you feel that we are lesser than if you're not fair. So yeah, that's my whole point. If someone who's fair and they're tanning, especially in the Western countries, it's because they feel more beautiful and more exotic after doing that, not because they feel their color is inferior to a certain color. In India or in other parts of the world which were colonized, the issue is that we feel inferior to a certain color, so we try to get fairer to feel more superior. So that is the whole point, there's a difference. So this brand by the name Glamour World Ayurvedic, first of all, this whole Ayurvedic clean green thing has just, I get really riled up with this because this whole movement has just become a sham of sorts. It's become so disgusting to look at because people are using these terms without even having any meaning attached to their products or the brand or anything whatsoever. But that's a discussion for another day. Let me know if you like to see a beauty chat on clean green beauty, because it's just a world that's very deep and dark. There are so many conspiracy theories around it. I was just watching a video about how people are moving towards these clean green brands with like no preservatives, only because the product will go bad quicker, so you will end up buying more and they will make more money. Yeah, I know. Let me know if that's something you are up for, and we can look at doing that sometime in the future. I'll need to do way more research on it. But yeah, let's come back. So there's this brand called as Glamour World Ayurvedic, and they have these super fair cold creams, then glow fair face washes and whatnot. And it's just like, stop. Please stop. Make it stop. Because सुपर फेयर ग्लो फेयर, अब तो फेयर एंड लवली ने भी नाम बदल के ग्लो एंड लवली कर दिया यार. हाउ लॉन्ग विल इट टेक फॉर पीपल टू रियलाइज फेयर इज नॉट लवली? इट्स जस्ट another shade of skin. It is just something that's literally an organ. Your skin is an organ. So just it really riles me up, as you can clearly see. But yes, those were some things that I do not want to purchase, and I feel like you shouldn't be either. But of course, you're free to spend your money the way you want to. I also had the Pond's glutathione niacinamide serum, but I feel like I've talked about glutathione in the beginning, so it falls under that anyway. I've seen a lot of people promoting it, and it's really, really saddening to see that. And I've seen like good people promote it, and to each their own. Everyone has the right to choose their sponsorships, but honestly, I would never go for a sponsorship like that. I would rather not earn than have a sponsorship wherein I have to promote something that has glutathione in it. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That was my anti-haul. Let me know what are you not going to be purchasing this festive season, because the sales are going to be insane and you need to keep yourself sane. So yeah, do that. But that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It had been a hot minute since I did an anti-haul, and this one really got me riled up. Clearly it did. So now I need to chill down, maybe make myself some chili cheese toast and pancakes, because I'm craving some. Maybe even some chole bhature. I know the variety, the range was just off the charts, but I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Let me know your anti-haul list in the comment section down below, or anti-haul, however you want to pronounce it. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care and shop responsibility. Responsibility? Shop responsibly, you guys. Bye.